Yeah, I'm pretty annoyed with whiff. Very basic level for me to have highlighted. H1 breakout point, H1 consolidation period. I was way too greedy. And didn't fill above the level, unfortunately. And I paid the price for that. But let's discuss recent price action. So I have a daily level I can work with. I see some H4 confluence as well. Rejections from the level, stalling below the level. So that checks out with the level that I highlighted, which is wonderful. On the hourly, again, still a level that is very important, it appears, for whiff. Now, whiff is just consolidating on the hourly just below this daily level. So I feel like you should know where I'm going with this one. This is the setup, something like that. Wait for a break of this consolidation period high, enter on the break, invalidation below the low before the reclaim, take profit one. I don't know, I could figure that out, but that's a general idea. And let's say it prints just a fat green candle here. That's perfectly fine. You wait for it to bleed down, bid the retest of the top of the hourly consolidation period, confluent with an H4 level that is also a daily level. So you have several layers of confluence with this consolidation period as well. So yes, while it does suck that I missed 30%, 26% of the move, that does not mean I have to sit here and be upset about it and sulk and miss the next trade opportunity. So whiff is definitely going to be on my radar for a long position. He says, POPCAT also looks similar to this setup. Let's see if that's accurate. Already no. I would definitely argue that whiff is probably the better long because of the several layers of confluence we have. So when I'm doing this, I'm looking for interactions with the level. So candle bodies, wicks, what's going on at the level, if there's major moves happening from that level, stuff like that. I mean, if POPCAT was 7% lower, it would be a lot more enticing. But this is one of those situations where you're in the middle of two daily levels, so I wouldn't really mess with it right now. So big surprise, I nailed another FARTCOIN long. I'm approaching my third take profit for about 7.5 R yet again. If you have been struggling lately trading or sidelined, watch FARTCOIN, understand how it trades, look at the intraday trading ranges, watch it all day. It is really, really good to trade. I think maybe people are shying away from it because of the mind share that it currently has on Twitter. I mean, everyone is talking about it for good reason, but it's really, really great to trade. Very quickly, I'll do a very quick trade review on this. So very straightforward entry trigger. H1 consolidation period here. Extend this to the right. We're looking at all of the interactions with this level. I did attempt another FARTCOIN long that got stopped out. I want to say it was in here. It got stopped out. But my general thought process for these H1 consolidation periods or any level is if price is above the level, that is good. That's what I want to see. And I'm really not concerned in any way. So I applied that logic to this FARTCOIN level. Clearly it was being defended. Clearly it didn't stray too far away from this consolidation period. The lows were swept. We reclaimed the level. We bounced from the level. We continued to hold the level despite this really ugly rejection. So to me, that was perfect. Right, that's all I wanted to see. So I entered back into the FARTCOIN position, and here we are. The first take profit was a front run of the local highs, I want to say. I'm just checking the Haven right now. It was 1.31. This was actually much lower. So it was a take profit within here. Take profit 2 then was a front run of the local highs somewhere in here, 1.44. And take profit 3, you could see there is 1.6. So take profit 3 is based on this high. Okay, just front running that high. Now, very simply, what do you think I'm going to say here? Let's highlight our daily level. We have a daily level that broke out. It is also clean on the H4. Let's just remove this for a second. Remove that. Okay. We have two levels now to work with. All we need is 2 lines. We have 2 lines on our chart to work with. A very, very obvious daily level that is extremely obvious on the H4. On the H1, the level was chopped through a little bit, but nothing too crazy, all perfectly fine. So very simply, the area to buy the dip on FARTCOIN is going to be a retest of the H4 highs in here. So that's going to be 1.44. Will there be an exact retest of that level? Maybe, maybe not. But what I personally do is when there's such an obvious level like this, I tend to front run it by a few percent, depending on the asset, obviously, a few percent, so that I know that I will get filled on the position. So that matters more to me than, sitting underwater for however long it may be. That has I do not care about that at all. So that's going to be the level to buy the dip. Now, what you could do is set blind bids at the level. That's perfectly valid, perfectly fine, whatever. Or you could wait to see the reaction at the level. You could wait to see if price just nukes through the level, but holds just below, consolidates just below, then you buy the reclaim of that level. Then of course, if there is consolidation at the level, chop at the level, then you buy the break of the consolidation / chop at the level and take profit at the next daily level. That's it. Very straightforward. Nothing crazy about it. And then again, it will be interesting to see how price reacts to the daily level I have highlighted here, which is 1.61, right? Because again, if this retest doesn't happen, this is perfectly fine to buy above as well, to look for the same exact pattern. That's it, same exact pattern. Okay, let's take a look at PEPE. That's another long I am in. PEPE was a very similar trade setup to FARTCOIN. Yeah, just a very clear H4 level. I pinpointed my invalidation on the hourly time frame. Price consolidated below the level before reclaim. So again, that's the pattern that I was just talking about. I entered on the reclaim. Price dipped back to my entry point. Perfectly fine. The trade is absolutely not invalid in any way, shape, or form. And then price eventually moved away from the entry point, which is wonderful. What do I think about the current price action? I think that we are at the highs. So you really can't assume a breakout. Hopefully I hit my take profit too, which is just a retest of the local high here. That would be wonderful. We are currently consolidating on the H1. So if you're feeling aggressive, potentially look for a long position above the breakout of the consolidation period and look to long to the daily level at 0.0167, something like that. Perfectly fine. Right, see, look at that daily level. Beautiful. But PEPE still looks to be in perfectly fine shape. Also, the intraday levels that you have to support a bullish argument is this H1 consolidation period here, which is ideal. So several layers of confluence that PEPE will go a bit higher, which is great. Okay, let's take a look at DOGE. I'm surprised it hasn't run yet. To be fair, I also haven't been checking it very much. Well, sweet. We're back above a daily level. All right, well, that was pretty simple. So again, the UB Classic, 2 lines on a daily chart. That's very typical for me. Now, Doge is above this daily level. Doge has consolidated below the level. We are attempting to reclaim the daily level, right? We are consolidating on the H1 time frame above the daily level. So, Classic, I'm sure everyone knows what I'm going to say now, would look too long the break of the consolidation period on Doge. The invalidation point is going to be the low before the reclaim of the level. Take profit 1 would be a front run of the local high, something like that, and that's that. What's nice about this trade setup is I have the daily confluence at my invalidation, or protecting my invalidation, if you will. So I have some confluence there. I have, the FA side of things where memes are just doing well, which is awesome. So Doge is looking good. I agree with that. We are still consolidating though, so technically it could go either way. So that's why I don't buy within the consolidation period typically. I'll wait for the breakout of that and enter into a long position potentially.